newspaper. We will try to cover the important articles of the day. We'll make sure that our current affairs preparation is online. So let's start with the discussion over here. We'll be starting with the fact of the day as usual. We'll be looking at one of the fact, and you know that this is today is 4th of February, that is World Cancer Day. So we'll be coming up with a special video on our channel. So go ahead and watch that. With respect to the cancer, you'll be getting the more important whatever important information is there which is relevant to your examination. Other than that, we'll be talking about another fact with respect to one incident which has happened in USA, wherein one helicopter and one aircraft has crashed. So we'll be talking about that. That is important from your geography's point of view, because there we will be talking about a particular river. Okay, so that is the fact of the day, and after that we'll be going to the next one, that is geography through map. Herein we'll be talking about some of the static portion as usual. That is important for your prelims. Coming to the next one, important articles. What is 2024 YR4? We will be talking about this. This is some kind of asteroid which is there. Now, why it is important, we will be seeing in the article. Then we have extra long staple cotton. Here we will be talking about a particular fabric. When we talk about cotton, you know that fabrics are extracted out of it. Here we will be talking about one special kind of thing which is important for industry. How what is the importance of this particular staple in the quality of the fabric. Okay, coming to the next one, how WHO is funded. One more thing, here we will also talk about why agriculture related aspect, or you can say why it is important for the Indian farmers to grow this and why they are not growing it up till now. Okay, coming to the next one, how WHO is funded. Recently, you know that USA has backed out from WHO, and because of which the funding has affected. So now we will be seeing that how WHO is funded and what new you can say development which has happened recently by WHO. Okay, all these things are important. Other than that, we'll also look at one or two articles which is important from your you can say newspapers point of view. Okay, so let's start our discussion. In the end, we'll be discussing the PYQ practice question as usual. Okay, just let me start the thing. Hold on a second. Okay, so let's start with the discussion over here. First, we'll be starting with the fact of the day. Here, as I already told you, 4th of February, that is your World Cancer Day. We will be coming up with a special video on that. You can go ahead and watch that. Okay, now moving further, here we are talking about a US military helicopter and the passenger plane collided mid-air over Washington. Crashing point is Potomac River. Okay, now we will be talking about this river because that river can be asked whenever there is an important incident which happens in the global landscape. There are high chances that if it is significant, they can ask you in the you can say paper, because when we talk about the map related aspects of the geography, they have asked about various cities, they have asked about various locations in the PYQs as well. Okay, so that is why you can say we will be discussing about this. Okay, now leaving no known survivor. Okay, so that is there. Potomac River originates in the Potomac River highlands of the West Virginia in US and flows through the Virginia, Maryland, Washington DC and emptying into the Chesapeake Bay. Okay, pronunciation can be different because this is in, when we talk about this particular area, this is somewhere in USA, in the vicinity of USA. So this is Chesapeake Bay. Okay, so that is something which you should remember. We'll be looking at the map as well. Okay, Chesapeake Bay is the largest estuary in the US and the third largest in the world. That is why it becomes even more important, because there is something which is attached, a fact which is of interest has been attached over here. So that is there. An estuary is a semi-enclosed coastal area where fresh water from the rivers meets the salt water from the ocean, creating a unique ecosystem. Now, when we talk about two ecosystems meeting here, one is the coastal one, second is the fresh one, that is from the river. So here you can say they can create an ecotone. Okay, whenever there is a ecotone, that implies that the diversity over there will be high. That is, biological diversity will be high over there. Okay, then coming to the next one, the Potomac River, often referred as the America's river, holds profound historical, cultural and the ecological significance, which you don't have to go into because that is not important from our history's point of view. Okay, so that is about the Potomac River. Here you can see this is the location when we talk about the USA. Okay, here you can see in the eastern side we have this particular area and the states like West Virginia, Maryland, etc. And here this river over here, that is your Potomac River, and it is going into the Chesapeake Bay. Okay, so that is about this area. Just know that it is on the eastern side of the USA. Okay, Now let's move further and start with the geography through map. Now we have talked about rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra. We have talked about the you can say Chambal as well. Now we will be talking about the peninsular rivers flowing into the west to east. Okay, sorry, east to west. Now in the peninsular India there are, you can say, various rivers. Some of them are flowing towards west, some of them are flowing towards east. Okay, now here we will be talking about the rivers which are flowing from east towards the west, that means that towards the Arabian Sea. Okay, now let's see the first one. Luni river originates from the Aravallis near Ajmer and Rajasthan and flows through the Gujarat run of Kutch. Now in run of Kutch it will disappear. Okay, so that is why we are not saying that it is going into the Arabian Sea or something. It is actually disappearing into run of Kutch. Okay, it is originating from Aravalli ranges in Ajmer and flowing through Rajasthan and Gujarat till run of Kutch. Okay, coming to the next one. Sabarmati river begins at the Dhebar lake in Rajasthan and empties into the Arabian Sea via an estuary. We have already seen what estuary is in the past discussion. Okay, coming to the next one, Mahi river. Now when we are talking about the Mahi river, originates from the Vindhya ranges in MP and flows into the Gulf of Khambat, that is there in Gujarat, in the vicinity of Gujarat. Narmada river, we have already talked about it, starting from the Amarkantak MP, flows through MP, Gujarat and goes to the Arabian Sea. If we talk about key facts here, you can say it is the longest west flowing river. When we talk about the rivers which are flowing towards west, most of the river, when we talk about Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, all these rivers are going into the Bay of Bengal. Now this is longest river which is going into the Arabian Sea. Okay, known as the lifeline of MP and starts from the Dhumadhar falls at Jabalpur. Longest estuary island is there, that is Alia Bait. Then major projects if we talk about, that is Sardar Sarovar Dam, which you know that on the Narmada river, that is there in Gujarat and helping the states like MP, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Maheshwar, Indira Gandhi Sagar Dam, all these things are the projects which are there on the Narmada river. Now you can see this particular map which is given over here. We have talked about Mahi river. Here this is Mahi, originating from Rajasthan going into the Khambat, and when we talk about Luni, here you can say this is starting from somewhere around Ajmer and going into Gujarat, and here it is disappearing. Okay, other than that we have seen the Narmada river. Okay, now coming to the next one, that is Tawa river, the longest tributary of Narmada, originating from the Satpura river range. Okay, now Tawa reservoir, you must have heard Tawa reservoir. You will be telling me in the comment box that why this Tawa reservoir has been in the news. Okay, so recently it has been given a particular kind of status, so you will be telling me in the comment box that why Tawa has been in the news. Okay, coming to the next one, Tapi river, it originates from the Satpura ranges in MP. From MP it flows through Maharashtra, Gujarat and goes to the Arabian Sea. Major projects are Ukai Dam and the Kakrapar Dam. Periyar river, that is there in the, you can say, southern India. We will be talking about this river when we will be talking about the rivers of southern India. Okay, so that is somewhere over here, Periyar river, starting from starting in the Kerala and going into the Arabian Sea. Okay, so this is about the rivers which are basically flowing to the Arabian Sea. Okay, in the next session we will be talking about the other side of the story, that is towards the Bay of Bengal. Now let's move further and start with the discussion. Before that, I would like to tell you that Drishti IAS is offering IAS foundation course for prelims as well as mains in offline mode. For English medium and Hindi medium, we'll be having classes. For English medium, classes are starting from 17th of February 6 p.m. and for Hindi medium, we are starting from 21st of February 11:30 a.m. Address is given for the Noida Sector 15 center. You can directly visit the center or you can call on this number, that is 87501 87501. Okay. Now let's start with the discussion over here. Why scientists are monitoring asteroid with only 1% chance of hitting the earth. Okay, now what are asteroids? When we talk about the space, there are various bodies which are wandering over there. Asteroid is one kind of such body. Now why is that we are concerned about this particular asteroid, that is 2024 YR4. Okay, why we are concerned about this particular asteroid? Because it has been said that there are 1% chances that this asteroid might hit the earth. Okay, now USA or the NASA's reports are saying that 99% it will be missing it. It will the impact will not be there, but there are 1% chances, and that is why this asteroid become asteroid of interest. Okay, so let's see. The newly discovered asteroid 2024 YR4 has roughly 1% chance of crashing into Earth in 2032. Now that is the timeline which we are targeting, that is 2032 it might hit. Okay, we are not worried at all because 99% of the chances is that it will miss the earth, but it deserves attention because what if it does not miss it. Okay, now when we talk about the such bodies which are in the space, most of the time you will be saying that space has enough space for all these bodies. They are not coming into collision with each other, but at times that can happen. It has happened in the past. Okay, now that was the time when we talk about the dinosaurs, etc. At that point of time, one such impact was there and a particular area was impacted because of that. Okay, now the thing is, when we say that there is enough space, they might not collide, then does it mean that it does not happen on the daily basis? So when we talk about the daily basis, on a daily when we talk about a particular day, you will be seeing that there are various thousands of asteroids which are coming towards Earth's way. But because of the atmosphere and the kind of friction which it has, so because of the speed and the friction, what happens is that they actually burned away. Okay, and that is why they do not reach the surface of Earth, but at some times, some thousands of the years, one or such asteroid might hit it. Okay, so let's see over here. 2024 YR4 asteroid is a terrestrial impact last alert system telescope, which is there. Atlas telescope is there in Chile. That particular telescope has observed this satellite for the first time. Okay, could 2024 YR4 impact Earth? Yes, 1% chance is there. How often the asteroid crash into Earth? Okay, thousands of asteroids enter Earth's atmosphere every day. Most are very small and burned up in the atmosphere due to friction. The larger one burns spectacularly and appears fireballs in the sky. You must have seen that. You generally say the broken stars and all these are basically your asteroids. Okay, so that is there. Sometimes unburnt fragment hit the surface, but in most of the cases it do not have such big impact because their size is very small. Okay, now large asteroid that can cause global disaster hit Earth less often. Some years that might happen once in a thousand of years, something like that. Okay, now but smaller asteroid can also impact the damage. When we talk about the small asteroid, they might hit the Earth at some point. So that particular area, you can say few kilometers of the area, they might hit it. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the what can space agency do? So they are observing it and they will try to divert the path or make sure that impact is less. For that, NASA has come up with you can say project which was there, that is double asteroid redirection test. That was there. That is the DART mission. It is in the short, it is called as DART mission. Okay, so that was there, and other space agencies are also doing a job on that. So this is about this article. Here you can see discovery and the characteristics. If we talk about 2024 YR4 discovered in December 2023 by Atlas telescope in Chile, 1% chance is that it might hit the Earth in 2032, but NASA reassures that it might miss the Earth most likely, because 99% chance is that. And when we are talking about the estimated size, that is somewhere around 40 to 100 meters based on the brightness. Now we will be seeing that what is a comet, what is asteroid, what is meteor, all these things. Okay, so if there is an icy body that release gases and it orbits the sun, around the sun, if they are moving and they are releasing some kind of gases, and there will be a tail. Okay, so such things are called as the comets. Okay, so these are icy bodies. Okay, and they are revolving around the sun, so these are called as comets. Now when we talk about the comets, in the end, there will be some kind of rocky bodies will be there, that are called as asteroids. Okay, so here you can say rocky body is smaller than a planet that orbits the sun around with the comet, that is your asteroid. Okay, coming to the next one. Here you can see, when we talk about three different types, one is your meteoroid, then second is meteorite, and then meteor. Now streak of light when seen when the meteoroid heats up in the atmosphere. Now something which is coming towards the Earth, okay, and it is heating up in the atmosphere, that is called as the meteor. Okay, before that you can see that a rocky or metallic fragment of the asteroid, comet, or the planet. Now we are talking about the asteroid, we are talking about the comet. If there is a piece which is coming out of it, okay, a rocky piece, you can say something which is built up of the rocks only, that is called as the meteoroid. Okay, now when it enters into the atmosphere of the Earth, that is called as the that is called as the meteor. Okay, after that, meteorite is that when it reaches the ground. Okay, so again, comet is the bigger one, which is surrounding, having some gases, icy body it is there, and which is revolving around the sun. After that comes the asteroids, which is revolving around the sun, but it is a rocky body. Okay, then out of which, if the fragmented portion of the comet or asteroid or a planet is there, that is called as the meteoroid. Okay, when it enters into the atmosphere of the Earth, it will start burning up, it is called as the meteor, and when it touches the ground, that is called as the meteorite. Okay, I hope that is clear. Hold on a second. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Now we can move further to the next article. So here the extra long staple cotton. Now there is this on the explained place, this article is there which is talking about cotton. Okay, recently in the budget there was a cotton mission which has been announced. With respect to that, now there is a discussion which is there with respect to the kind of cotton fibers which is there. Okay, so when we talk about the cotton, cotton is actually classified on the basis of the length of its fiber. So it is long, medium, short, or it can be extra long, as well. When we talk about extra long, that means that the fiber length would be more than 30 mm. Okay, more than 3 centimeters. So that is there. Now why is that we are talking about the extra long cotton fiber or the long staple of the cotton fiber? Because this is having a better quality. If the cotton fiber is long, that is having better quality. But in India, mostly you will be seeing that we are producing medium cotton staples. Okay, why is that? Because of the yield. We do not have much yield for extra long staples, so that is why we are going for the medium one. Second thing is that for the extra long also we do not have the market, because people are not paying that kind of money for that. Okay, so considering that, most of the time you will be seeing that the farmers are incentivized, or you can say farmers are basically benefited from growing, you can say, the other cotton, medium length cotton. Okay, so now see, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, while presenting the Union budget on Saturday, announced a 5-year mission to facilitate significant improvement in the productivity and the sustainability of the cotton farming and promote extra long staple cotton varieties. Now, when we talk about Indian agriculture, you know that this agriculture is kind of dependent on the monsoon. Other than that, also there are forward linkages and the backward linkages, and there are shortcomings in that particular thing. So when we talk about agriculture, so there is some kind of support which is required. When we talk about R&D and the mechanization, you will be requiring some kind of support from the government. And for that, when we talk about the cotton, specifically in the long staple cotton, you will be seeing that we are having low productivity, and because of which government is trying to make sure that we enhance the productivity. When we talk about the cotton, you know that when we look at the MSPs, so MSP is there for both medium staple and the extra long or the long one as well. Okay, but the thing is, when we talk about the middle one, here you will be seeing that they are having MSP that is 7,121 per quintal, and when we talk about the long one, that is 7,521. Okay, despite MSP being higher, farmers are going for the medium length cotton fibers. Why? Because for the long staple cotton fiber, productivity is less. Okay, so if the yield is less, they will be overall return will be less. So that is why they are going for the medium strength, medium length cotton staple. Okay, now government is coming up with the 5-year mission on the cotton. So here it is. What is ELS cotton? Cotton is classified based on the length of its fiber, long, medium, short, staple. Now 96% of the cotton grown in India is of the medium staple category, which is having a length that is 25 to 28.6 mm. And when we talk about the extra long, that is basically more than 30 mm. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the next one. Generally, when we talk about the ELS, that is grown in the Egyptia or the Pima, or generally it is also known as the Egyptia or the Pima cotton, because it is grown in the areas of the South America, and other than that, Egypt, Australia, okay, Peru, China, these are the areas where we see such kind of cotton. Okay, ELS cotton is grown in the rain-fed part of the Atpadi Taluka in the Maharashtra's Sangli district, around the Coimbatore in the, Tamil Nadu. So here Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu are the two places where in India we are going for the ELS cotton. Okay, ELS cotton is of the high quality, so most of the time in the industry you will be seeing that they are mixing the medium length with the ELS, so that the quality of the fiber would be better. Okay, so that is there. Why ELS cotton is not grown in India? We have talked about that. As I told you that MSP is higher, but still there are things which are not there, that is yield is not there, productivity is less, or you can say the market is also not available for that. Okay, so that is there, because of which farmers are reluctant to go for the production of ELS cotton. And coming to the next one, when we talk about the yielding, as I told you that yielding is less, so for the medium staple that is around 10 to 12 quintal per acre. So that is there. When we talk about the ELS, that is only 7 to 8 quintal. Okay, so that is the problem, because of which farmers are not going for it. How can the cotton ministry or the cotton mission helps? Okay, now when I told you about the R&D and the mechanization, one thing is there which we should focus on, that is technology. Okay, that is the science and technology support, or you can say when we talk about the yield, which is there, low yield is there, now we have to enhance the productivity. So the aim of this particular mission is to enhance the productivity. So this way they will be helping it. Other than that, in Maharashtra there is a long standing demand of the genetically modified cotton. Okay, they are saying that we should go for the herbicide resistant cotton. So they have been asking about it, but till now when we talk about the cultivation of the herbicide resistant cotton, that is not legal in India. So that is there. Okay, and why is that? That is because of the weed management. They are asking about this particular herbicide resistant variety of the GM cotton. Okay, so this is about your cotton extra long staple, why it is important, and where in India it is basically cultivated. Now there is one particular name which was mentioned, that is Atpadi Taluka in Sangli district of Maharashtra. Most of the time they will not go into such details, but just know that this particular place is there in Maharashtra, and then we have some parts of Tamil Nadu where we are having this ELS cultivation as of now. Okay, now let's move further to the next one, that is related to WHO funding. Okay, so as I already told you that USA has backed out from the WHO, and now the thing is that USA was a contributor, high contributor, or having the contribution that is 15% of it. Okay, so in that regard, now it is important for the body to go through the reforms, internal reforms. We have already seen that earlier they were talking about it. Recently what has happened is WHO proposes budget cut after US exit. Chief urges the dialogue over here. Okay, so that is there. The World Health Organization is a specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for the international public health. It was founded in 1948 and headquartered in the Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, so that is about WHO. Now when we are talking about WHO funding, how it is done, we will be talking about that. Now there are 4 ways in which WHO funding is done. Okay, one is the assessed contributions. Now whoever is the member, okay, whoever is the member, they have to pay certain money to the WHO here. These are the dues countries pay in order to be a member of the organization. The amount each member must pay is calculated relative to the country's wealth and the population. With respect to their wealth and the population, they will be deciding the amount. Coming to the second one, specified voluntary contributions, they are coming from the member states in addition to their assessed contribution from other partners. Okay, so these are voluntary contributions which are coming into WHO. Core voluntary contributions, now again it is different from the specified. This is the core voluntary contributions. They allow less funded activities to benefit from a better flow of the resources, and each implementation bottlenecks that arises when immediate finances is lacking. Okay, now if in the WHO there is a lack of the finance, immediate finance is not there, so they will be going depending on the core voluntary contribution for what? For addressing the bottlenecks which are there in a particular job. Okay, coming to the next one, pandemic influenza preparedness contributions. Again in 2011 they have come up with this idea wherein they are working on the influenza. Okay, and influenza preparedness. Oh, this is some kind of virus on which they are working. So to strengthen that, to go for the vaccine production and the distribution in the developing countries, they are dependent on this particular contribution, which is PIP contribution. Started in 2011 to increase the access to developing countries to vaccines and the other pandemic related supplies with respect to influenza viruses. Okay, so that is about the funding mechanism of WHO. So this much is enough from your UPSC's point of view. You should know that there are 4 kind of fundings which are there. Okay, if you remember the details, it's all right. Just know that there is this assessed contribution which member countries has to pay depending upon the population and the wealth of the country, and then there is this specified voluntary contribution that has to be paid by the, you can say, countries or the members, and other organization can also be part of it. And then there is this core voluntary contribution, and then for influenza they are having PIP. Now moving further to the next one, that is with respect to the rupee breaches 87 level against the dollar. Okay. Now this has been talked about lately a lot, because rupee has been continuously falling against the you can say US dollar. Recently you will be seeing that in last few you can say months, we have seen a fall of somewhere around in the past 10 months we have seen a fall of somewhere around 3.6%. Okay. So that is there, that is a lot when we talk about the international market and the value of a currency of a currency of a country. So that is a lot in the 10 month. Okay. But still this is happening. Now all eyes are there on the monetary policy committee review. Okay. So that what they will be doing most of the time when we talk about such incidents. So RBI can intervene over here. Generally when we talk about our the exchange rate, that is partially you can say floating only, it is market dependent, but when we know that that is going out of the hand, then RBI can intervene and they can peg it. Okay. So that is there. Now right now if we talk about the value of $1 is somewhere around 87.29 rupees. Okay. So that is the cause of concern as of now, but right now we are looking at monetary policy committee review. So that will be there. Here what is leading to the fall? Okay. Recently you must have heard that the foreign institutional investors, they are actually leaving the country, they are going out of India. Okay. So there was this thing that India out, China in, that was also there, because in China we have seen that they have gone for the money infusion in the you can say economy, etc. So that is why they have moved over there. Other than that, in the recent month what has been noticed that the money is flowing towards the USA. Okay. Now because USA is offering better returns and the you can say sentiments in the markets are positive right now, so money is going into USA because investors are investing over there because they are getting more returns over there. Okay. But the thing is, after a particular period of time, you will be seeing that the USA's market will get overvalued. If the market is overvalued, there will be a market correction. Okay. Market correction will be there, and again you will be seeing that money will be flowing out of USA. Okay. When the money will be flowing out of USA, so they will be looking for other you can say destinations, and India will again be a better destination for these money. Okay. So this is a temporary thing, because if we talk about Indian market has grown a lot in the last few months. You must have seen that there were various SIP investments which were there in the market. So because of that, market was overvalued, so there was this market correction which has been there. Okay. Recently if we talk about the market, there was somewhere around 14% of the fall which has been seen in the last few months. So that is not a big cause of concern as of now. So that is how, when we are seeing that, that is one thing, that FIIs are basically going out. So there is an outflow, that is one concern. And second was the trade deficit. India is having a lot of trade deficit, and because of which the pressure is there on the value of rupee, which is also one of the cause for the fall of the rupee. Now coming to the next one here, IT TDS relief could bump up the bank deposits by up to 45k crores. Okay, 45,000 crores. Now recently you must have seen that there was this tax reforms, or the you can say tax slabs has been changed. Okay, because of which there are speculations that more money will be there in the hands of the people. Okay. When more money is there in the hands of the people, they will go for two things. Either they will be going for the spending, so that will be enhancing the demand. Okay, consumption will be high, and because of which the production will be high, or the demand is high, so production will be high. So that will fuel the economy. That is one thing. Second thing is invest. Now investment can be there in 2-3 forms. One, it can be there in the mutual funds, it can be there in the SIPs, it can be there in the bank deposits. Okay. So in the last few months it was seen that bank deposits are not performing well, because people are investing money in the SIPs and the mutual funds. Okay. But in the last few days you must have seen that the market is going down, because of which there are chances that people might be going for the safer options, and deposits, bank deposits and the fixed deposits, etc., they are safe options which are there. So because of which there are chances those people who are not willing to take much risk, they will be going for the deposit in the bank, and because of which the loan giving capacity or the credit giving capacity of the banks will be enhanced. Ultimately that will also guide the economy. Okay. So that is about the discussion with respect to the deposits over here. Now coming to the next one, fentanyl behind US tariffs on the Mexico and China. Now what has happened recently is that there are three countries, Canada, Mexico and China. There was this tariff which has been imposed by USA, and they are saying that they will also go for the retaliation. Okay. Now two countries, that is Mexico and China, they are saying that that is because of the fentanyl. Now what is fentanyl? It is some kind of drug which is there. Okay. Opioid is there. So it is synthetic opioid it is. So when we talk about China, China is quite famous for the APIs. Okay, India is also dependent on China for the API, and then Mexico, because of the synthetic fentanyl which is being made over there, and ultimately it is processed over there and it is trafficked to the USA. Okay, because of which the drug problem is increasing in USA. So considering these two aspects, that high dependency is there on the China, and second thing is that Mexico is the smuggling that into USA, because of which they have actually put tariffs on the fentanyl. That is one of the thing which has been there. Now let's talk about what is fentanyl as a deadly opioid. Okay, a synthetic opioid 50 times more potent than the heroin. Okay, so that is the drug. It can kill the people. If there is overdose, it will kill the people, and otherwise addiction is the negative side of this. US has faced opioid crisis for 2 decades, with fentanyl related deaths increasing 6-fold since 1999. Now China and the Mexico's role. So here you can say USA imposed tariffs on the China, Canada, Mexico, citing concerns over the illegal drugs and especially that is fentanyl. Mexico is targeted for the fentanyl smuggling, while China is blamed for supplying the precursor chemical that are basically your APIs. Okay, so that is there. So whatever requirement or the raw material which is required for this particular going for the synthetic drug, so that is supplied from the China, and that is why they have put tariffs on the China as well. China supplies synthetic opioid related substance including the fentanyl precursors. These chemicals are processed in the Mexico and trafficked into USA. Okay, so that is the cause because of which fentanyl has been in the news. They can ask you about fentanyl, what is it? So it is a deadly opioid, it is a synthetic opioid which is there. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now we can move further to the next one, that is your practice question which was given to you in the last class. Okay, now see over here, which central agency will be involved in the procuring pulses under the PM Dhan Dhanya, or otherwise also I have told you in the last one that national mission on pulses. Okay, under that which two agencies will be there? So I have told you that would be your NAFED and NCCF. Okay, option B would be your right answer. Now coming to the next one, today the question is, what is fentanyl? A type of natural opioid, a synthetic opioid 50 times stronger than the heroin, a prescription painkiller with no additives property, and a stimulated used for the medical purposes only. Okay, so you can attempt this question and answer to me in the comment box. With that, we'll be holding we'll be pausing this session over here. I'll be seeing you in the next episode. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you. Study well. If you have not seen the budget and economic survey, the videos are available on the YouTube channel of the Drishti IAS English. You can go and watch that. That is very much important. In the previous years also question has been asked, so you can see the PYQs, what kind of question has been asked in the budget and economic survey. Okay, so there are two kind of things. When we talk about the budget and economic survey, one can be factual question, one can be, you can say, your conceptual question. So in the PYQ you will be seeing that the conceptual question has been asked from the economic survey, so that means it becomes important for you. So go ahead and analyze your PYQs, watch budget, economic survey and study well. Have a nice day. Thank you, and please subscribe the channel.